He thought it would just be a joke. A story to tell his friends at a party, or maybe something to make fun of in a group chat. Renting a girlfriend for a day. Who even does that seriously? But Liam was in Tokyo, and the whole culture was different. He was there for a tech expo, 2 weeks in the city, alone. After 3 nights of vending machine meals and awkward stares in ramen shops, the novelty of being solo in a neon-lit paradise had worn off. One late night, half drunk and scrolling aimlessly through Japanese apps on his phone with auto-translated descriptions, he came across it. Companion for a day, real connection, no expectations. It sounded like a mix between a prank and a dare, and maybe that's all he was looking for. He booked it impulsively, just one day. 8 hours, no overnight, no sketchy stuff. A casual date for sightseeing, coffee shops, conversation. Like a tour guide, but pretty and pretending to like you. It was all laid out in the terms, clean, professional, even oddly wholesome. He laughed at the idea, confirmed the booking, and crashed for the night. By morning, he had almost forgotten, until he got the message. "Hi, I'm Aiko, looking forward to today's smiling face with smiling eyes. Let's meet at Shibuya Station, Hachiko exit, 11 a.m. Even the text had a smile in it. Liam stared at his phone, then at his reflection. Jet-lagged, scruffy, American awkwardness in full bloom. He thought about canceling. This was ridiculous. But something in him, boredom, curiosity, loneliness, pushed him forward. He showered, tried to fix his hair, and left. She was already there, standing by the famous dog statue with a sunflower yellow skirt and a soft blue cardigan. Her hair was tied back, her smile real, not forced. She waved when she saw him, like they were old friends meeting again. "Hi, Liam, ready for a fun day?" Her English was perfect, but with that unmistakable Japanese sweetness, light, melodic, impossibly polite. He nodded, a little too stiffly. The first hour was awkward. He didn't know how to date someone who was being paid to be there. Should he lead the conversation? Should he be funny? Was this a performance, or was she just this way? But Aiko had a way of disarming him. She asked about his family, why he was in Japan, if he liked sushi. She pointed out little things. He never would have noticed a tiny owl-themed cafe tucked down an alley, a store that sold nothing but chopstick holders shaped like animals, a bookstore with a secret second floor. She giggled when he told her he once tried to learn Japanese and only got as far as, "Thank you and I'm sorry." As they walked through Harajuku, sipping iced matcha and watching cosplayers pose for selfies, he forgot she was rented. She wasn't checking her phone, wasn't rushing him. She was present, curious, open. When he asked if she ever got tired of this job, her answer surprised him. "Sometimes, but I like making people feel seen. Some are lonely, some are shy, some just need a kind moment. I like being someone's best day in a week they might want to forget." That hit him harder than he expected. By mid-afternoon, they were riding a paddle boat shaped like a swan across a quiet lake in Inakashira Park. She kicked off her shoes, let her toes dangle in the water, and leaned back, face tilted to the sky. "This is the part I like best," she said softly, "when people stop pretending. When we just are." He didn't want to admit it, but he was falling. Not just for her looks or the cute accent or the way she always laughed at his dumb jokes. It was how she saw him, or rather, how she made him feel seen. He wasn't trying to impress her, he wasn't performing. And she wasn't faking interest. Or if she was the best actress in the world. He started noticing little things. The way she touched her necklace when she was thinking. The way she gently corrected his chopstick grip. The way she looked at people around her, not as background extras, but as lives passing by. He thought about his last few relationships. How much effort they had taken. How many misunderstandings, how many silent dinners, how many texts left on read. And here, in a rented moment with a woman he had known for hours, everything felt easy. Real. Light. At sunset, they sat on the rooftop of a department store, watching the city melt into color. He offered to buy her a crepe. She smiled and said yes, strawberry and whipped cream. When he returned, she was standing by the railing, hair catching the wind, eyes glassy. "You okay?" he asked. She turned and nodded a little too quickly. "Yes, it's just, I sometimes forget this isn't my life. That was the moment. He knew it then. This wasn't just a story anymore. He didn't want it to end. The 8 hours were almost up, and he wasn't ready. What if, he began, choosing his words carefully, we kept hanging out, just off the clock, no payment, just you and me? She looked at him long and hard, not surprised, but something else, sad maybe. Liam. You're kind, and this day has been special, but I don't date clients. I'm not a client now, he said. I'm a guy asking a girl he likes if she wants to get dinner. She smiled. You are sweet, but rules exist for reasons. This is a world where feelings get confused, where kindness is mistaken for connection. I want to be honest with you. Today was beautiful, but it was meant to end. He didn't know what to say. Everything inside him wanted to protest, to beg, to find some loophole, but instead he nodded. Then thank you for today. She touched his hand gently. Thank you for being the kind of person who made me forget it was a job. And then she was gone, just like that. No kiss, no lingering hug, just a wave and a smile and footsteps that echoed too loudly in the night. Liam stayed on that rooftop long after the lights came on, but that's not where the story ends. Back in the States, months later, he couldn't stop thinking about her. He tried dating again, tried swiping, texting, meeting, but no one made him feel the way she had. And it wasn't just about her, it was about how he had felt around her. Real, honest, seen. He started talking about that day on a podcast, then in a YouTube video. I rented a girlfriend in Japan and fell in love. The title alone was clickbait gold, but when people watched, they didn't laugh. They cried, they commented in droves. I've never felt seen like that. I want someone who looks at me like he looked at her. This made me believe in real connection again. It went viral. Millions of views in days. News outlets picked it up. Reaction videos were everywhere. TikToks reenacted the scenes. Memes were made. Someone even animated the paddle boat moment. And through it all, one question kept popping up. Did he ever find her again? He hadn't. Until one day, months later, an email arrived. No subject line, just a single sentence. That crepe was the best one I ever had. He froze, typed, deleted, typed again. Was that your favorite day? The reply came within seconds. Yes, and I still think about the lake. He booked a flight to Tokyo that night, and maybe this time she wouldn't be rented. Maybe this time she'd be his. He stood beneath the Hachiko statue again, just like that first day, but this time everything felt heavier. The crowd moved the same, faces passing, voices blending into the electric pulse of the city. But Liam was frozen, scanning every face that passed. He had flown 12 hours on a hunch, a hope carved out of a single sentence in an email. That crepe was the best one I ever had. It didn't promise anything. It wasn't a reunion, but it was something, and he'd take something over silence. Then he saw her, same walk, same calm energy. But she looked different too, more guarded, more real. She wore the same sunflower yellow skirt, but this time paired with a soft red scarf and a small tan coat. No makeup this time, no curated smile. She looked like herself, not the version from the catalog, not the professional persona, just Aiko. They locked eyes and didn't speak for a moment. It was her who broke the silence first. I thought you'd be taller, she said, a small smile cracking through her hesitation. Liam laughed. Jet lag shrinks you, it's a thing. She smiled, fuller now. You really came, he nodded. I didn't know what to expect. Maybe you'd block me, maybe it was just a kind message, but I couldn't not try. They started walking, not really choosing a direction, just moving to move. The city felt different walking beside her again, less overwhelming, less foreign. Every street felt like a memory, even though he hadn't been here in months. They walked past the crepe stand again. Without saying a word, he bought two. Strawberry and whipped cream. She took it, held it in both hands, and stared at it for a moment. I almost didn't reply, she said. There's a rule in this job. You never blur the line. You never let it become real, because if you do, it gets messy. But it was real, Liam said. Wasn't it? She nodded slowly. It was, and I hated that it was, because I kept thinking you paid me to be perfect. What if it wasn't me you loved? What if it was the version of me built for rent? I didn't love the role, he said. I loved the person who broke the role, the one who let her toes touch the water. The one who looked sad watching the sunset, the one who made me forget I was alone. She looked up at him then, her eyes glassy, lips trembling like she was holding back everything at once. It scared me, because I felt it too, and I didn't know if you'd feel the same without the costume. I do, he said simply, even more. There wasn't a dramatic kiss, no slow-motion spin or crowd pausing around them. Just a quiet moment between two people in one of the loudest cities in the world, finally hearing each other without pretense. She reached for his hand. He took it. "Okay," she whispered. "Let's see what this is." No clock, no job, just us. And that's how it ended, two strangers who rented a day but stumbled into something real, not a perfect love, but an honest one, the kind you don't pay for, the kind you stay for.